Listen, I don't know if they're eating cats and dogs in Springfield, Ohio, but I know that there's some really weird real estate deals going on there. This one's about to be a bit of a deeper dig with a lot of crazy little connections. Strap in. Started when a friend sent me Pete Santilli's post making some big allegations that I went and started trying to corroborate, which also led me to reporting by Christy Tallman. And here's where it starts. They both pointed out that on July 10th, 2023, this mysterious shell company called Solar Collective LLC purchased 24 properties in Clark County, each of them for $1.6 million, despite them being worth nowhere near that much. I went and looked them all up for myself on the Clark County Auditor's website by searching Solar Collective, and I found 24 parcels. Every single one of them sold on the same day for the same exact amount, $1.646 million, despite their appraised value being pennies comparatively. That's already really weird. I mapped them out on Google Maps so you can get a sense for where they are and whether they're bunched up or not. Some of them are, a lot of them are just spread out. Christie points out that Governor DeWine has gotten a lot of donations from real estate in the last couple of years, like from the real estate industry. I noted that he's recently been signing bills into law that are very pro real estate industry, or at least that were spearheaded by Ohio realtors. And we'll get to the Haitian stuff in just a second, but I wanted to know more about this Solar Collective company because they are very hard to find information on, as in they're damn near impossible to find information on because they appear to just be a shell company. But this is them. When you search them on Open Corporates, there's two with their exact name, one in Delaware, one in California. People seem to be honing in on the one in California. Maybe it's the same, I don't know, but this one in California, I found them on one of these like business lookup websites, bizprofile.net. And usually these websites don't really give you any information, just like basic public filing documents. But I thought it was kind of interesting. I don't know if this means anything, but in the various events, like various filing events, I noticed that this year on July 11th, they filed a change of the address of like the registered location of the business, I believe. I'm no expert. Like this is just me having fun trying to learn stuff. But they changed their address from that to that. Looked those two properties up, meaning the agent, the guy on the paperwork for this shell company changed his address from this like warehouse to this $1 million mansion, which is neat. So anyways, Haiti. I've been promising you we're going to get to Haiti. And I didn't know this. I don't know why no one's reporting this, but the governor of Ohio has huge ties to Haiti. Not like the Haitian immigrants right now. I mean like going way back. When you search Governor DeWine, Becky DeWine is his wife, school, or just Haiti at all, you'll find all sorts of stuff about how him and his wife have been working in Haiti for over a decade. They made a whole bunch of schools in Haiti, whole network of schools that are free, that serve thousands of children in one of the poorest slums in Haiti. Okay? Which is like deeply altruistic, assuming there's no human trafficking going on. If you aren't read up on your deeper history, this would not be the first time that human trafficking in Haiti has gone hand in hand. And I'm not saying I know that. I'm not saying I have evidence of that. I'm not alleging that. I'm just saying look for patterns. He's got all kinds of money pouring into his governor's race. There's all kinds of weird, sketchy property deals going on, while there's this like mega influx of Haitian migrants happening. And the official narrative, per Christy Tallman's reporting, quote, while the official narrative focused on providing homes for the migrants, the inflated property values suggest a darker motive. These properties, purchased at exorbitant prices with no clear intention for development or enhancement, could potentially serve as staging areas for human trafficking. Given the lack of transparency and the involvement of shell companies, there is growing speculation that these properties might be fronts for housing or trafficking individuals. Shell companies are often used in money laundering schemes to conceal the true source of funds by inflating property prices or using properties as fronts for illegal operations. The fact that 24 properties were purchased at inflated prices all at once points to a coordinated effort to funnel money and hide illicit financial activity. And that's like the oldest trick in the book. Property, real estate is one of the most classic money laundering schemes you can possibly do. Mob, mafia have been doing it for generations. So Christie leaves us with some pretty important questions. Who is behind Solar Collective LLC? Why were these properties purchased at such inflated prices? And what role does the influx of Haitian migrants play in these activities, if any? And like any good journalist, she cites some sources. And that's aside from the whole migrant question, regardless of your take on illegal immigration, legal immigration, whatever. It's a town of like 50,000 people or so receiving 20,000 new residents, many of which need assistance and government help and programs for housing, food, etc. That's just a huge strain on the community regardless, even if there's nothing nefarious going on here. So although the videos of Trump getting remixed into funny songs of cats and dogs by all sorts of DJs, figured we'd bring a little attention to some of the slightly more serious issues going on in Ohio right now that are emblematic of what's happening in many places around the country, and highlight some great journalists along the way. Follow Pete Santilli. He's going to keep breaking this. Follow Christy Tallman. She's probably going to keep breaking this too. She seems like a great journalist to me. This is the first I've read of her. I also know that Hernando Arce, I think is probably how you say that name, just hit the ground in Ohio today or yesterday. He's going to be reporting on it too. Friend of a friend. I'm told he's a great guy. And Taylor Hansen has been doing some of the most reporting on the ground, interviewing residents, etc. so far. Again, I'm not trying to report any political bias here. I'm not trying to spin any story. I'm just trying to report on some of the depth of what lies below the political machinations of division and hatred that spew into the mainstream rhetoric and all the bullshit. Because there's actually a lot of stories behind all that bullshit that y'all are getting distracted from. Real journalism happening on the ground. Real interviews happening on the ground. Real investigating into actual financial statements and actual potential scams and frauds and all kinds of crazy criminal shit. So yeah, that's my dig. I'm going to go jump in the lake now. Have a nice day.